clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Buckeyes' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Leaves it with the back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your...
Breaks into the open. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy. He can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
To the air on first down. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Job number one for a defense is to create negative plays, to create turnovers. How about this? Opening drive of the football game, getting the big turnover, setting your offense up in great position, and building some mojo. This defense, that is a picture-perfect start.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll go with a direct snap. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Quarterback may change this route. Back to pass, it's Hicks. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. Past the 30. 10. Touchdown, Aggies! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. From the gun, running back on the move. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. Well, the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint. The Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
They'll try the run. Breaks the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense.
There he goes! They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Back to throw, it's Hicks. Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And I like where the quarterback got because I think he needed to check the football down, but the pressure got there a little bit too fast, and he just didn't have enough time to get it to his running back and maybe put a positive spin on this play instead of an incompletion.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
From the gun, give on the inside. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Looking for a crease. It's Newton. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on fourth down. Direct snap. He's in open space downfield. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the first down.
Well, going for it and getting it on fourth down, close to midfield, I think just gave this offense a ton of momentum. I'm curious to see what they're going to do here. Maybe take a shot and see if they can really seize and capitalize on all this good mojo now going their way.
DB's right up on the receivers. They're working that left side. Oh, he's got some space. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The run from the shotgun. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. Up on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on, hard to get him to the ground.
Here's a hit. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards in the opponent's field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 20. He's brought down at the 26. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially...
Turning it on! The 20! Touchdown, Buckeyes! He got a step and just dusted the field.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one, just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. With the last drive in for a touchdown, they'll try to do it again on this one. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man, it's Williams. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They think there's room to run to the right here. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And they tried to run that sweep out route. I like going to the wide side of the field, getting somebody the ball that can really, really run. Just got to block it up a little better. Give him a chance to at least get that edge, and he might be able to do some more damage.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. He's able to get it out to the 25, but needed a little bit more to move the chains. It'll be fourth down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Now on the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in the stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Barnett. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down after the rare drop from this dude.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
Punt is on its way.
Returner goes out of bounds.
The Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Trying to seal the edge on the right. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And you want to run the football, right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Floats it out in space. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Makes a move. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback making checks. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Quickly complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Caught in the backfield, it's West. They'll knock him down right at the 35-yard line. Still a lot of ground to cover to get to the first down marker.
That's perfectly fine. If I'm a defense, I'm going to give up some yards right there. Play deep, react to shallow. The running back catches the football. I come up. He gets a positive gain, but it doesn't matter because now I won third down and forced him on fourth down.
And the Buckeyes will try to move the chains on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. Turning on the Jets. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him. And that is the way you finish a first half. And now you got a chance to tie this football game up.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. Down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Virginia Tech looks like a legit contender right now. That offense is just having its way so far. They're up by 17 over Liberty. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They'll toss it to the left. Oh, better look out! Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He'll try to really get into this one. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air, it's Barnett. Got his man on the right. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Bunch formation for these receivers. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's West. That's midfield. He's got room. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
One of the things we love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He might want another play. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Dead center, perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys,
he's loose. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
what a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
So now it's second and long. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Got a man, it's Burgess. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. Finds some fresh air. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
swings it out to the flat. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
You know, that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Lost the fire on second down. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
How about the linebacker breaking on the football, seeing the quarterback, the ball comes out, he moves right to where the ball's going, nice anticipation, and swats the ball to the ground.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And the try is no good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss.
Ohio State 17, Texas A&M 14.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Williams. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Got it, looking for a first. Breaks into the open. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
And the Aggies are flying down the field. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to run for it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on fourth down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Absolutely center cut. And we are all tied up here in the fourth. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
And they trust their kicker, and he drills it. He drills it, ties this game up early in the fourth quarter. Man, this one looks like it's going to be a great finish. We're all knotted up.
This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. In motion, see how the D reacts. Looks as if he's going to run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Dumps it off in the flats. And that defense is all over that one. No room to run after the catch. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Might be changing the route. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. He's got it on the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it's still a positive game.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they moved out front here in the 4th.
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least the one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big 1st down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. That's caught. It's Parker. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Looking downfield on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. There he goes. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes or goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the Aggies with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll try to get outside. On the move is the 30. Lots of running room. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a 2-point play?
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by just 2 over Louisiana Tech. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. On the run, it's West. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 30. Inside the touchdown, Ohio State. They move on top here on the fourth.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And what a turn of events as
dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. He's taking the deep shot. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to thread the field position with the return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The give as they work on that clock. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. Handoff to the single back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the 4th quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.